out, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. I am Travis. Delith will be here in a little while. I wanted to welcome you to the stream. It's Wrestling Gab, and we are ready to watch Friday Night SmackDown. So let's get it on the road. Sophie's in here. Walter's up in here. See if I can grab my phone, which I think I did bring. That way I can try to read the chat. Right now they are just doing recaps of last week's Friday Night SmackDown with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. But that's happening right now. Three days later. The Usos show up on Monday Night Raw. Super kick or thrust kick, whatever you want to call it. Double thrust kick to Seth Rollins' face. Right in his face. In the face. And now it's tonight. So 4 nights later. I don't know if they're going to say that up there, but. It looks like they're in Tennessee. So all that was pre-stuff, and now we're in the present moment. So the Usos are already in the ring. They're a great tag team, one of the best ever. Arguably the greatest tag team ever on SmackDown. Now the Bloodline's in your city. That's kind of a new thing. We haven't heard that one before. But we are going to get a little bit of a celebration on Roman because he is the longest reigning Universal Champion since its inception, which was just a few years ago, I believe. Finn Balor was the first, and now Roman's the longest. 508 days. And counting, because he's obviously not going to lose it tonight, so it's going to depend on when he does lose it. And I think we're, 71 days away from WrestleMania? Ooh, and they said Brock Lesnar. The crowd went a little crazy there. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. It looks like we have Robbie in there, Walter in there, Sophie in there. Janelle stopped in and said hello. Hey, Janelle. Good to see you in here. Janelle's one of our original viewers. He used to have a channel that he did himself back in the day. Not sure if you're still doing that, Janelle, but if you are, let me know, and then I will go check it out. All right, here comes Roman. If you're a wrestling fan, you probably should like this guy because he's the best in the business right now. 500 days, 508 days to be exact. So many days. The Usos with the red shoes. Do you guys like the red shoes? That's a serious question. They've worn white shoes for so long. Now they got those red shoes on. I'm like, why are you wearing red shoes? Roman holding that title up. 508 days. Champion of the world. Well, the universe, I guess. A little bigger than the world. A week from tomorrow night, going one-on-one with Seth Rollins. And I really don't see him dropping it there, which means that he's going to have it for another 71 days, at least, until WrestleMania, which gives him 579 days as champion. Well, he'd probably have it night 2, though. So that's 72 days away. So, yeah, that's exactly 200 or 580 days as champion, if he loses it then. Number 1, the Bloodline, the best thing going on TV. They finally cut the Paul Heyman deadweight out. Oh, walrus titties, whatever they call them. Wobbly walrus, Twinkie tits. Seth is supposed to be here tonight. I saw it on a poster in Tennessee or whatever. They were showing the poster. And it did show Seth. So as of right now, we don't see Seth, but I'm going to assume he's going to show up because the Usos did attack him on Monday. He's the most arrogant individual in the history of WWE, Michael Cole says. Michael, slow your roll. That's tomorrow. I don't know what I would need to do. Without having Argus out of there, it's almost impossible to clean.
Start there. Start in the kitchen, bathroom. Get those done. Things that you can do without him.
Haven't had contacts in for 2 days.
So you don't have to worry about seeing it?
Well, how am I going to clean if I can't see it? Right?
Has he said anything yet, or is he just out there?
He has yet to talk.
Oh, good.
Usos talked a little bit, and they're doing it again. Oh, God. Now they're giving us highlight show.
Oh, nobody wants to hear your highlights.
So they're going to go full recap. Friday night recap tonight. This could go back for over a year. There it is. What's that say?
August 30th, 2020.
That was a while ago.
Can't believe that they would go back now. They're like, so we have nothing else to do.
They don't show the Fiend. Notice that?
I didn't.
They just showed him spearing Braun. That was a triple threat match with the Fiend, and they didn't show that.
Huh. Weird. Oh. Alright. Let's introduce all the people.
I read some names, but I haven't talked to anybody for a minute. Like, well, at all, actually. I've not read one comment. I don't have contact, so.
Yeah. Alright. So you said Janelle was in here? Then?
Yeah, I did see Janelle.
Walter and Sophie.
And Ravi.
And Ravi. It looks like Luna's out there.
Hey, Luna.
Hey, everybody. How's it going? As Walter says, Usos in the room, boo. And so he's like, with Rob being bumped to the Sci-Fi Network next month, that is the first time since 2005 since that has happened. I think you talked something about that, but maybe it was something else.
They used to bump it for the it was a dog show they had.
Yeah,
Sophie's it's called the Westminster Dog Show or something
Westminster,
like that.
Yeah. Sophie's talked about that too. Let's see. Walter says Roman Reigns, the longest champion. Sophie says, I wonder who is going to lose their championship first at the Rumble, Roman or Brock. Walter's like, is Letha not feeling good? No, I'm not feeling good. I'm tired.
I would say that Brock's going to lose the title first, if I had to guess. I don't know why, but I have a feeling that he's going to lose it. It's the only way the story makes sense, unless he enters the Royal Rumble and wins. But then, tough.
Right? Sophie says, will Delita show up, or are we stuck with Travis? Oh, poor Travis.
Probably just stuck. Well, if I could.
Walter's like, if Delita don't show up, trivia is canceled. Sophie says, chat seems a little light compared to both Wednesday and Monday streams.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Friday, Sophie. People have things they do at bars and whatnot. And Sophie's like, where's D? I am here. Walter's like, Charlotte Flair will be on SmackDown and Naomi.
Yes.
Walter says, oh, there's Delete That. And Sophie says, yay, D is here. And Luna says, I see Brian's cameo. And Robbie says, Phil fooked after the booster. Hella tired, man. Yeah, those boosters will kill you. Literally. Robbie says, big up D. Sophie says, I feel like they are setting up Roman to lose the championship to Seth.
I mean, yeah, it'll work that way too, and maybe he enters the Rumble and wins. It's weird that they go that way around it, but it could work. Or just have Big E win the Royal Rumble and wrestle Seth and forget about that side of it. And then have Brock and Roman.
Yeah.
And that way you move the WWE Championship back to SmackDown if Roman wins.
Would you wear his carpet?
Would I wear a carpet?
His jacket is so big. It looks like he took a blanket, put it on, and then buttoned it. It's kind of weird.
That's awesome.
Oh, well, there's a Seth Rollins will win at Royal Rumble. And Sophie says they didn't show Bray or Braun in this video package.
A little bit of Braun. That was the big man that he speared at first, was Braun.
And Walter says, yep, Ravi, I had a booster shot. I felt tired, then felt okay the next day. Gothlesia says, come on, let the tribal ones speak. Walter's like, Seth Rollins' suit looks funny.
Seth, blah, 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 blah.
Lots of blah, blah, blahing. Yada, yada, yada. That's what they should do. That's how they should tell their stories. So I came out here, yada, yada, yada.
And then I left.
The Usos tried to get me, yada, yada, yada. Then you saw my ass because I left. The end.
Yeah, he's in their head.
You sent your cousins to Raw.
Yeah, they did. They super kicked him.
Yeah, I saw. I was there. Sophie says, so whoever doesn't have the Sci-Fi Network, they have to watch Raw those 2 weeks in some other way.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, they'll work it out, I'm sure. Maybe they could go to like a sports bar or something and ask them to change the channel to that. Who knows?
They're the cornerstones of your bloodline.
And Robbie's like, nah, not Big E to win. He does not want Big E to win.
Right.
And Sophie says, Dee looks like she just came home. I did.
She did. That's why she wasn't here when we started.
Robbie's like, thumbs up, Walter.
She decided to go get gas for 30 minutes.
I went into Costco and got a cheesecake so I didn't have to make anything for dessert for Danny.
Nice. You bought a Costco cheesecake for dessert.
Uh-huh. That way I can keep a piece or two and send the rest of it home with him. Did John Cena write that promo for you? Ew, that's just me. Ow. Sophie's like, wow, Seth mentioned Mox in that promo. Well, he talks, it's because they're, the Shield. And so but they've been talking about the Shield a lot this year. Because it's what their
Believe that.
10th anniversary or 12th anniversary or 6th something.
Let's get it on.
He's like, we're having a title match at the Rumble? How did that happen? So if he says that, if he says sure, right?
Yeah.
Would that mean that he's going to like be okay with a match at the Rumble? Because
it's already happening.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know it was already happening. My bad. I didn't know that part. I'm behind.
Challenge accepted, Oos.
I wish they wouldn't do a close up of his face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because then I see all the weird stuff, like hairs he missed when he was shaving. He has a blackhead in his ear. It's gross. Like stuff I don't want to see.
Who is it going to be? Who's going to team with him?
Kevin Owens?
I think it would be Kevin Owens.
Not too many people like
He does have a best friend.
Welcome said Kevin Owens. I guessed Kevin Owens before Kevin Owens' music even came on. Travis was like, what? Well, it's the only one I can think of that's his friend. Walter's like, today is January 21st, Travis, LOL. Did you ask what day it was? Walter, did Travis ask what day it is? Because he asks that a lot sometimes. Usually he wants to know what day of the week it is. It's Friday.
Yeah, I figured it was the 21st because tomorrow's 22nd in the UFC. Oh, he's not going to agree to it.
Oh, the Travel Tuesdays.
He's trying to act tough. Oh.
Kevin's like, I can't hear you. When you speak up. Film Nation's in the chat. Hey, Film. Says, hey, Miss D and Travis, I am here. You are here. That's good. Glad.
So if they lose, there is no match at the Royal Rumble, and he goes on vacation till WrestleMania.
Wow.
And that's okay. Keep him off TV for a while. Makes for a louder pop at Mania.
He's going to go on vacation.
You got yourself a deal. As long as Kevin doesn't turn on him, they're going to win.
Right. I just don't feel like they're going to. Sophie says there is that rumor going around that Jon Moxley might show up in the Rumble match. Yeah, I gotta love those rumors, Sophie. Sometimes they come true, though, huh? Walter's like Kevin Owens. Sophie says, are they setting up an Owens-Rollins as a tag team?
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely they are. We've known that for a while, right?
They do things together. They probably shower together. Oh my God, did you know that there is a day that you're supposed to shower with a friend? There's a shower with a friend day.
There's probably a bunch of days.
I know what Seth and Kevin are going to be doing that day. They're going to be showering together. Like, total ooh-ooh.
It looks like most of Europe's going to open up in February.
The Europe's going to what?
Open up.
Why? I thought they were scared that COVID was going to kill everybody.
It's to the point now where I think the economic collapse that's going to come is worth it. They just said, fuck it. So basically what they did is over the last 2 years, they've kicked the can down the road.
Yeah.
And we're still going to get it, yet our economy is destroyed. Like at this point, everybody's going to get it.
Yeah.
So,
even people who get vaccines are getting it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So they should have just done this 2 years ago. Let everybody get sick, just like any other virus. And unfortunately, some people might die from it.
Unfortunately, just like with the flu
but
and other viruses.
But our economy wouldn't have been
fucked
in the tank like it is. And we're talking about a world economy, but France is talking about it. Ireland's talking about it.
They're fucking stupid for
Germany's
for
coming
doing the
back
shit
out.
they did. And I'm glad it's coming to bite them all in the fucking ass.
Well, them all is us.
I know.
So.
And they're fucking stupid. Ruining people's lives for what? Fucking dumb assholes.
A little bit of...
votes.
A little bit, yeah.
Some control over the people. Goddamn dumb assholes. Don't get me started on it.
That's
makes
not getting
me
you
angry.
started. I'm just telling you a fact.
It makes me angry, their stupidness. Let's see. Okay, here's a trivia question. What was the first word Dean Ambrose said during a psychological evaluation when he was shown a picture of Kane? Walter's excited. I don't know why he's saying Kofi Kingston for the win.
Kofi's wrestling against Boogs next.
Was that happening next?
Madcap.
Oh, that's what's happening. I wasn't paying attention to the TV, sorry. Pepper Owen says, that's right, you assholes. Agent 48 is here. Sophie's like, those are high stakes. Sophie also says, I'm guessing Roman forgot that they have a pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia, which he could be part of.
Not if he's on vacation. Unless he goes to vacation in Saudi Arabia.
He's like, I'm going to go to Dubai. It's close enough. Walter's like, I can stay longer until 9:30 p.m. my time. Sweet.
Good deal.
Walter said trivia time. Yes. Sophie's like, did you hear about MLW suing the WWE? I don't know what MLW is.
MLW? Major League?
What's MLW?
Wrestling.
Oh, is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they suing him, Sophie? I didn't hear it, so you have to tell me all the details. Because I know nothing about it. So tell me. Have a conversation about it. There's like, delete that is right. It's scary. Sylvia's like, if Owens and Seth is going to be permanent tag team, I could see them teaming up against the Alpha Academy for the tag championship at Mania. Roberto's in the chat. Hey, Roberto! Says, I don't know. Anyway, hello. You don't know the trivia answer? Just guess.
I don't know it either.
Guess. Just make a big guess. Think of the weirdest thing you could possibly think of and keep that as make that your answer. Robbie's like, F me, D, that hard. It was kind of like this shit you texted me earlier today. And I probably wasn't very nice about it, but... Oh, sorry. You were pointing at it, so I didn't quite get all the words.
I was pointing it so you could read it at that speed.
I know, but you were like your finger was right on the words. And so I was like, I can't read them until your finger was gone. And I'm like, oh, yeah, as they should have done over a year ago. It's fucking dumb. And the fact
this
that they're
Almacore is saving the world because it's a
so much blah.
Well, it's so catchy, whatever that word is.
It's
a lot of people are going to catch it.
Everybody's going to get it, no matter what you've had.
But it's not as violent, and so it's basically going to save the world.
Yeah.
It's going to be the end of it, probably. Because it's going to get lighter and lighter and lighter would be the prediction. Because that's what happens with most colds. They come on strong, and then they get lighter as they regenerate. As
they're supposed to. And the fact that they keep vaccinating people against it just actually makes it mutate even more.
I don't know about that. I am not a...
It's because they give you live vaccines. If they didn't give you live vaccines, it wouldn't be that way. And it's because it's the type of virus that it is.
Here comes Kofi. You know Kofi's the only one that still comes out to that music.
Well, the other one's a king now, so he can't.
Yeah, he's got his own music, and so does Big E.
Well, Big E has to because he's on somewhere else. Who knows? I'm hoping they just dissolve it completely. Is he bringing out him? Oh, it's Big E. He's bringing Big E with him. There you go, honey.
Well, good.
He's got Big E with him.
That's what we need to see. Thank you so much.
Thanks, WWE. The answer to that trivia question
Put them back together.
Was toothpaste. That's why I said you could say the weirdest inanimate object and you would get it. Ravi says, D. Travis, did you hear that Ali had his move out of the WWE denied? Didn't hear that one.
I did. Yeah, they're not letting him go. And he still has like 3 or 4 years left on his contract. So if he wants to pout and sulk, then he can do it. And they'll just pack on the days on the end of it.
Yep.
He wants to preach hateful speech, and they're not allowing it. It's plain and simple. Why would you release somebody so they can go somewhere else so they can preach their hateful speech? It makes no sense.
And it's not hateful speech against WWE necessarily. It's like hateful speech against people.
Humans.
Like, yeah. And, unfortunately, color is involved in his hateful speech. So, he's not really a good person at this point. Which is kind of sad.
All right, Madcap taking it right to Kofi.
What do you think he's teaching his children? That's not good at all. Hate. Yeah, exactly. That's what's sad. Anyway, so if you didn't answer the information I asked for about the MLW suing the WWE, I need more information of the
double leg drop.
Can you please give me more info?
So the thing is last week, Madcap beat Kofi fair and square.
Yes.
So why did he need Big E tonight? Like, it's like they had Corbin interfere or something. That didn't happen.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Now Corbin is.
Now he is, because somebody's out there, so he needs to.
Yeah, to level the playing field.
Yeah.
Because you know Big E's going to get involved.
So if he's letting us know all the people we've lost in 2022 so far. Meatloaf is dead.
I heard Meatloaf died yesterday.
And Louis Anderson.
Louis Anderson was still alive?
I honestly... That Chunky Monk was still alive.
I honestly would have said he died in 1989, if you would have asked me.
True, right?
I didn't see him once in the 90s.
He was on Family Feud. He hosted Family Feud for a while there, sometime in the 90s or 2000s.
I did not know that. I do know that I saw him on Coming to America. He was the cook.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what I know him from.
Uh-huh. I thought, didn't Betty White die in 2022 too?
No, she died in 2021. She died right after Christmas.
Oh.
She was 17 days away from her birthday, so it was like December.
So they don't talk about it, but there was this woman who passed away too. She was like part of a singing group. Like, I guess it was really popular in like the 70s. I don't know who she is. They put it on the news and everything. And the only reason I know it was on the news is because when I was at my nail lady's, she has the news on sometimes, which drives me crazy. But so they were, and so this lady was there. And she's like, "Oh, we got our 3 this year." And I was like, I don't think, because she was saying Betty White, Bob Saget, and this person. I'm like, I don't think that's how it works anymore.
3. That's just a weird thing.
So they always say that
is it like Patti LaBelle or something?
No, it wasn't Patti LaBelle. They always say like the big stars, like Hollywood star, like big star people who you know, like household name kind of things or something, always die in 3s.
What is this, witchcraft?
No, it just happens in Hollywood. It does. They have like 3, and then they'll have like a big long break, and then all of a sudden 3 will die. It's kind of, it happens more often than not, that pattern. It's really weird.
So we're putting Bob Saget in the
supposedly. Now I wouldn't.
Top.
I personally wouldn't.
I don't even know what he did besides that show with the little kids.
Right. But I'm just saying that, you know, people think that way because he's in Hollywood, you could say. Ramit is in the chat. Hey, Ramit says, glad to see you. Happy weekends. Yes, happy weekends. All right, here is another trivia question. Kane was in charge of what when he was assigned to concession stand duty on Raw? What did he have to hand out to all the people? Let's see. Walter says, boo, happy Corbin. Sophie said, people in the back is disappointed with NXT 2.0. Ramit says, Tony Khan, you need Tony Storm and Liv Morgan for their AEW women's division roster at any cost. 100% wrestling sources claimed. Walter's like, oh, lost. And Sophie says, what is this, a super show with Raw stars showing up on SmackDown for no storyline reason?
Yeah, I'm sure it's building up to the Royal Rumble.
Walter says Big E is in Kofi corner. And Sophie says Sami Zayn officially re-signed with the WWE, as he should.
You're talking about that?
Maybe.
I've never heard of that.
Was she in a group in the 70s? She was like a part of a 3-women group. Like they had like a weird name. I don't think that's her. Okay. She was still kind of pretty in the pictures they showed. She was like black, but she was, I don't know, a little bit lighter skinned black, I guess you could say. Let's see. Ravi says the women said I would be all right like E17 and I feel rotten. But D and Travis and D are distracting me from feeling less crap. 60s girl group, the Dixie Cups? No. Nope, not that one. It could have been before this. No, I'm pretty sure it was the 70s. She was like really kind of pretty. Actually. I don't
know who any of these people are. They're all supposed to be celebrities.
That's it. That's her. The Ronettes.
Okay.
She was, yeah.
What's her name?
Ronnie Spector. Let's see. How? Yeah, Ravi, I wouldn't believe those women. And you know what? It's different for everybody. No matter what, everybody reacts differently to those vaccinating.
I feel like that's a bigger one than
Sidney Poitier. Yeah, that's way fucking bigger for somebody dying
than any of the other ones.
Than the other people that you
Bob
just
Saget
had.
or Sidney Poitier.
Well, I know Sidney Poitier. I mean, I know Bob Saget too, but
his stand-up ruined it for me.
I know,
I lost
right?
all respect for it.
Me too. When we listened to it, because we were like, "Oh, he's gonna be funny," I was like,
"Oh, this is gonna be great." And
God,
then
this is awful.
He had to say, like, he just had to fucking throw fuck in there, fuck. And
every
it's like,
other word.
What?
I was like, "Did you spend too much time on Full House with little kids and you couldn't swear like that?" Holy crap! It was horrible.
Yeah, it turned me off to him.
Yeah.
And I didn't watch Full House, so.
Yeah.
I just knew that it existed.
Yeah.
Right? And he had, like, the other two guys that lived with him, and one of them was kind of a funnier comedian type.
Yeah,
was he the guy in Dumb and Dumber?
Yes.
Is it?
No.
No. It kind of reminds me of that guy.
No, but it kind of reminds of him. No.
And then the other one was the handsome one that married Rebecca Romaine. His name's Stamos. I don't know what his... John Stamos.
John Stamos.
Yeah.
So they were all friends. They were just friends.
And they raised kids.
And his wife died, and he had his four girls. He had the twins and then the two older girls.
Yeah, the older one and then the middle-aged one.
And so his friends came to live with him. It's kind of like 3 men and a baby, only it's 3 men and 4 little girls. It's kind of creepier.
1, 2, and 3. Kofi Kingston with the dub.
Kofi won it for you all. Anyway, Sophie says, I wasn't surprised with the WWE not requesting Ali's release. Walter says, I'm glad the AEW fan got tossed on Wednesday.
Why?
Yeah, Walter, why?
I want to know why, Walter.
Robbie says, I like the way Corbin wrestles. He's actually really good. It's just his gimmick lets him down. Film says, can't wait to see Charlotte Flair's armpits. And Sophie says, don't worry, I could see Ali getting cut after Mania, though, like they have done with the past 2 years. Film's like, I love my Charlotte. Woo. Is this your boy?
A lot of young people.
Robbie says, Hollywood stars do nothing for me.
Big E can't compete for championships, so he's got to go beat up people on SmackDown.
So, but the Bollywood ones do, Robbie? Sophie's like, NBC is going to have a tribute special for Betty White at the end of the month. And Walter's like, Xavier Woods is still out. He has a really bad calf injury, Walter. I don't think he's going to be back anytime soon. Robbie says, I have the weekend off for once. Sweet. And Walter says, hot dogs and drinks. Oh, for the answer to that trivia question was chips. Chips. Sophie says, SmackDown does have a small roster with a lot of injured superstars.
Did you guys see who was there, though, tonight? I don't know if they're going to put them on TV or if they're just going to be on Dark or on the main event. But we have LA Knight backstage, and we also have Roderick Strong backstage.
Huh. Interesting.
There's a lot of young people on here. Dan Reeves died. Like, I feel like that's a big one. He was the Denver Broncos coach with John Elway.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of a big deal.
So it's like, Bob Saget also did America's Funniest Videos and also narrator of How I Met Your Mother. And Walter's like, come on, Kofi. And Ramit says, I think Walter should win Royal Rumble 2022 because he is not American. His name is going to be Gunther. Get it right.
It is Gunther, yeah. What? He was on How I Met Your Mother? That's him?
He was the narrator.
Yeah, I know.
I guess. I've never really watched that show, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I've only seen like 2 episodes of it. It's got that Doogie Howser guy on it. Uh-huh. And then the guy that I like, Jason Segel or whatever from whatever that show's called.
Yeah, the tall one.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Mm-hmm. He's with
I Love You, Man.
the redhead.
Yeah, from American Pie. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's like a star-studded cast.
She's Willow from Buffy.
Oh, I forgot
That's
about
how
Buffy.
I knew her. I was like, I know her from Buffy. Robbie's like, Travis, the thumbnails are dope. Robbie's paying attention to your thumbnails. They're dope.
What?
Your thumbnails on the fucking YouTube channel stuff.
Oh my God.
You're so weird. He's like, my thumbnails? Well, my thumbnails are dope. I didn't do anything to them. I chewed on them earlier. Grew this one really long. Bryce is in the chat. Hey, Bryce, it's Low Wrestling Cab. Happy Friday. Sophie says, going to Saudi Arabia, that must be a hard 18-hour plane ride for all WWE superstars, or just anybody in general. I would think, Sophie.
I want to go.
Brian
I think it would
says,
be an
I'm
awesome
so glad
trip.
it is the weekend. Let's get it. Sophie says, Meatloaf died because of COVID. Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Was that his reasoning? Because his complications with unicorn sprinkles?
I've wrote Naomi twice now. What's her name? The blonde with the big boobs that was the heart.
Natalia?
Natalia.
Walter says WWE changed Walter to Gunther. Sophie says Meatloaf was in Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah, he was.
We just watched that the other day.
Walter says Kofi wins. He did. And Sophie says all the AEW fans are mad that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn didn't let their contracts expire and go to their beloved AEW for whatever reason. Oh, yeah? All of the AEW fans? All of them?
They just want WWE to go to AEW, basically.
You're so weird,
And then
Sophie.
what happened? So in the
of them?
90s, this happened. All the WWF people went to WCW, and then all the WCW guys ended up going to, not all, obviously, but a lot of them went to WWF, which was like Stone Cold, but his name was Stunning Steve Austin before that, and Chris Jericho, and a few others. Those guys were like nobodies in WCW. And then they went off and made names for themselves in WWE, or WWF at the time. But it's pretty good stuff. So sometimes when you're trading back and forth, it'll work out.
We have Matt Hancock in the chat. Hey, Matt Hancock.
Hey,
Is
Matt.
that like supposedly somebody who's famous?
Matt Hancock?
Well, they're saying that they're sleaze. Nothing but pure sleaze. Anybody else think that they're sleaze?
I have
don't
no
know,
idea.
Matt. Why are you sleaze? Just out of curiosity. Questions, my friend.
That's my dentist's name.
Sleaze?
Yes, Sleaze.
Matt Hancock.
Hancock.
Not Matt, though. Walter's like, he said something to Moxley. Anyways, here's a question for you. Whose ankle did Brock Lesnar break during his Battleground contract signing with Seth Rollins? Robbie's like, I know of Graham Potter, their Brighton manager, but not Sydney.
Sydney Poitier.
Eurovision fans in the chat. Hey, Eurovision says,
Hey, thanks for joining
going
us.
to be Naomi versus Charlotte? Probably a little bit later.
Yeah, probably at the end of that first hour or start of the second hour.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. We already know what the main event's going to be, so that should be good.
Yeah.
Seth, Kevin, going against the Usos. It's a non-title match, but it does have a lot of stakes.
Did you say stakes? Just kidding. Bryce says, and they excited for the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Sophie says the WWE does have interest with a few AEW wrestlers, though. Remy says, you are a great heart with golden heart personality. Enjoy every moment of life. All the best to your future adventures. Thanks, Remy. You too.
Yep, that
You're amazing.
Makes 100% sure of sense.
Sleaze. They're a politician. Well, now we know why you're sleaze.
Well, of the British politician of the Secretary of State of Health and Social Care.
Oh, yeah. He's sleaze.
Close it down.
Why'd you have to time him out, Robbie? Because that was fucking hilarious. He was just asking if he was sleaze. And you know what, Robbie? In all reality, you should probably be agreeing with that statement.
Maybe Robbie likes him. Maybe it's his father-in-law.
As Robbie says, Matt Hancock is an MP in the UK and got caught with his pants down playing away in the pandemic. Oh, really? Kind of like one of the freaking governors of one of our states over here in the U.S. He took all the money he got for the pandemic and put it into a fucking book that he decided to write.
That's the way you do it.
Loser face. Oh, look, hey, Summer Rae's there. Holy garbage.
Is that Summer Rae?
Yeah, that's Summer Rae.
She doesn't even look like herself anymore.
It's because her hair's orange.
She's a... Sorry. So anybody that was in wrestling is a legend? Is that the new...
I guess.
That they just said WWE legend. No shit.
That's fucking hilarious. What a fucking weirdos. Walter's like Natty for the win.
Yeah, I think so this time. Aaliyah had already broke the record. So now Naomi has, or not Naomi, Natalia has 4 records.
Yeah.
She's the fastest ever to be beat.
Yes, that's true.
Most losses.
Sophie says wrestling fans are fickle. They aren't happy with anything.
Nothing.
Sophie says AEW is going to be in Cleveland next week, the hometown of Johnny Gargano. Walter says Natty for the win. Robbie's like, D, your bestie Summer Rae. Oh, I know, right? Walter's like, Summer Rae and the WWE fans. Sophie's like, how is Summer Rae a legend? What did she do when she was part of the WWE?
I guess.
She danced with Fandango.
I guess what it is to be a legend means you just were on TV once or twice. And now you're a WWE legend. Summer Rae. And they're all excited about it. Like, they're still talking about it. Like, she's so happy. I don't give a fuck how happy she is. She's not a legend.
Right? Luna's like, Summer Rae looks way different. That orange hair, though. Right? Like, oh my God. Like, I was like, I was like, who's this bitch? They put her name up there, and I'm like, what's Summer Rae?
Yeah, she
what
was a blonde before.
She's like, I decided to make myself hideous.
I'll have to check her out later.
I paint really on my eyebrows now. I don't like to have real ones. It's ridiculous.
Who wants real eyebrow? Get it tattooed on.
Silliness. Robbie's like, Brie and Maddie can't stand Summer Rae. She tried to move Brian one time, and Brie called her out.
Yeah, she was a loose girl in the back.
She's a sausage wallet. We got it. Sausage wallet. Films like Summer Rae hot, even though she didn't win anything, but she's still hot.
Yeah, she had great legs, didn't she?
She was a dancer, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She actually could dance, right?
Did you know that? Oh, Aaliyah won again. 2 weeks in a row.
Natalia, you better keep your temper in check. The answer to that last trivia question, Walter, was Kane. I know you guessed Seth Rollins, but it was Kane. So,
again, Natalia loses to add to her record.
Wow, she's a loser. Oh, God. Loser. Walter's like, Aaliyah won by DQ. That happened.
Yes, she did.
Did happen. Sophie's like, Mickie James said she is going to bring the Impact Championship at the Rumble. Cool. Maybe it'll get stolen.
Is it Xia Li?
I hope so.
Xia Li! I think that's what that says in Chinese.
It says it in a language I don't know.
Of course it's Xia Li. It's the only Chinese that they have.
Lines that make a language.
They're characters, and each character means something.
Well, at least they're putting her with somebody like Natalia. That'll give her something to do.
Yes.
At least now they're going to use her. I don't care if they use her in a weird capacity.
Just give her TV time.
I don't know what's happening out there, but somebody's making a lot of noise. I wonder if Meg's stuck.
Xia Li, spin kick. One kick gets rid of Natalia.
They going to put her in a tag team? Just kidding.
No. One move, huh? That's all we get to see.
Sophie's a summary. I could see them bringing back full time after the Rumble along with Lita.
She hates vultures.
I don't think so, Sophie. I can't see that at all.
What is it?
Summer Rae and Lita coming back full time.
No. Maybe Summer Rae, but not Lita.
Robbie says, who's the Tekken character? That's Xia Li.
Xia Li.
Did Charlotte Flair come out? No, it was Xia Li. Sophie says, I wonder how many female legends the WWE called to bring back and how many turned them down. Probably none so far. Robbie's like, film not yet, and that's a funky tune. Film says, I'm so ready for January to be over with. I'm ready for February or March, to say the least.
He pulled out a dictionary. They still exist, he says. Stupendous.
So, you wouldn't want a dictionary for that, sweetheart. You would want a thesaurus.
Poor Cole.
And the phone book.
The things that don't get used.
Why did he have such a high-pitched voice at the end of that?
Because he wants it to be back.
Because his balls don't get used as much as they should.
Los Lotharios.
Travis didn't like the joke.
Oh, versus the Vikings.
Walter says Summer Rae did wrestle and was a manager. She did.
She did wrestle a little bit, didn't she? She wore the blue and the gold. Or silver, I can't remember. I think it was blue and gold.
Here is a trivia question. Who crashed Rusev and Lana's wedding celebration on Raw?
Rusev's on Lana? I didn't know they had one.
Guess so. Sometime in the early teens.
So Lana's had 2 marriages on TV? Damn.
So this says there are a lot of female feuds going on right now, which I don't see all ending at Mania.
No, there's a lot of them that'll end way before that.
Robbie says, Pat is a joker. Cole can't stop laughing. It's funny.
I mean, right now, Charlotte just needs an opponent for crap's sakes. She is left off TV every week.
She makes herself known, though.
Yeah, she usually shows
She
up.
doesn't let herself be off TV. She doesn't want people to forget that she's the queen. She's like, I'll show you bitches. Walter says, Pat McAfee, calm down, LOL. And Robbie says, ain't seen these jokers in a while. Applejack Styles is in the chat that says, at least Mania is not in Florida this time.
It is not. It's in Texas.
Sophie says, I cannot remember one Summer Rae match.
The reason they put it in Texas, because then it can't be canceled.
Exactly. Sophie says, we know this Roman storyline is leading to the return of The Rock at some point. Robbie says, oh, Travis with his clipboard like he's in the Scouts. It's his list, Robbie. He likes to be Chris Jericho.
You just made the list!
He writes his list down of all the people. Pass me the Pepsi. Pepsi.
My buddies used to make fun of me because I chew my chips so loud. Potato chips.
Why? How can you eat chips quietly? Just out of curiosity. Like, did they show you how to eat chips quietly?
No.
Exactly. Because they probably can't either. So, so it's weird. They're like, you totally eat your chips so loud.
Ba-da-dum-bum-bum-ba-dum-bum.
It's kind of a weird thing to make fun of somebody for.
Because Archie's kids argue about it.
Is that their dad's name?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know.
He played for the Saints in the 70s. Archie Manning.
Okay. So he says they already planted a Lita Charlotte feud with that segment last week. And Robbie says, oh, that's because nobody watches main event except D. Haha.
I don't know if anybody watches that.
Watches
I don't even know how to watch it. Is it on the network or something?
I don't even know what he's talking about.
Main event, it's on Thursdays. It's like an hour this.
Ugh. Yeah, sure, Robbie. So, since you know more about it, I'm guessing you're the one that watches it. Good job. Walter's like, AEW Rampage at 10. And Film says, I'm ready for WWE to do WrestleMania in Pittsburgh, PA. That'll be so cool.
Yeah, they'd have to do it inside, so they couldn't do it at like PNC Park or... Actually, I think the Steelers play outside, too. Do you guys have any indoor stadiums?
Yeah. Sophie's like, we got Natty and her 3 feuds that she's going on right now. Naomi feuding with Sonya, Charlotte, and maybe Lita.
Because they have to be big stadiums. You got to remember that. They can't be little ones. They can't be like a basketball arena.
Los Lotharios. Robbie says, Pringles make one hell of a crunch. Do they? I feel that Pringles probably aren't the crunchiest chip. So
Doritos are to me.
Pringles are?
Doritos are to me.
Doritos? You know what I find is the most crunchy chip? Those harder chips.
Well, yeah, the ones that you can't chew because they'll cut your mouth to
those
shit.
Those Tims? That they're like thick.
Uh-huh. They're like baked or whatever.
Yeah, but they're so good.
They are good. They're just, you have to suck on them for a minute.
You have to be really careful. Anyways, the answer to that trivia question was Roman Reigns did it. He crashed Rusev and Lana's wedding celebration on Raw.
Big Dog might have wanted some Lana.
Film's like, I don't live in Pittsburgh or anything. I'm just saying I want WWE to do WrestleMania in Pittsburgh.
Right. The only thing I would say, maybe SummerSlam, because it's warm. But it's kind of cold in Pittsburgh in the beginning of April.
Walter says WWE 2K22 has GM mode, and Rey Mysterio on cover with NWO. It's for PS4, PS5, and Xbox.
Yeah, it costs $120 for the version with the NWO.
What? $125? I
said 120, but yeah.
Oh my god.
So it's normally $70.
That's fucking ridiculous.
$69.99. But if you want the NWO, if you don't want Rey Mysterio on your cover and you go with the NWO one, because there's 3 different sets that you can get. But if you go with the NWO one, you get all of it.
Oh.
So you get all the extra packs and all the other goodies. And there is, if you do pre-order, I believe you can get the Undertaker's 3 matches. The Graveyard match, and then there's 2 other matches on there. I should have probably wrote this shit down if we're going to talk about it on TV.
We could probably talk about it Monday. Or is it releasing this weekend?
March 8th.
Oh, well, we got time to talk about it. Robbie's like, I didn't know it's on a Thursday. Walter's like, Viking Raiders for the win. Sophie says, when NXT got moved to the Sci-Fi Network last summer, they have the lowest ratings. The same could happen for Raw next month.
And it can.
Robbie's like,
the Olympics are going to be on. They're competing with the Olympics in 2 different ways. Look at the power, Eric. Don't say what I say, Cole. You dick. Picks him up, drops him down. 1, 2, 3. The Viking Experience. Oh, maybe that's the name of the move. It scared me. I'm like, they changed her name again?
Right.
Old Gunther out there.
Walter's like, oh, lost. Okay. Sophie says the WWE usually holds a random pay-per-view in Pittsburgh. It's usually a B-level pay-per-view. Robbie says Mans needs to call DMD. His teeth are fooked after that kick.
Yeah.
Film says the front cover looks good. They could have added either Roman or a Bliss or Brock or Jeff Hardy on the front cover of the game.
Yeah. It's all right, though. Ray's okay. He's doing it for the luchas around the world.
He's a legend. For real. Legend.
Yeah, he's not, what's her name?
He's not
legend.
Summer Rae legend. He's like a fucking legend that people know his fucking name. Like in other countries, for fuck's sake.
There could be a non-wrestling fan that might know who that is.
Exactly. Robbie's like, the Viking Raiders are sick. They smash through them guys without breaking a sweat.
Right, here it comes.
As they should, because they're a really good tag team.
Naomi. Charlotte. Next.
Who was asking when the Charlotte match was? Said it was the top of the hour. It's happening. So Sophie says the WWE also holds either Raw or SmackDown in Pittsburgh. Bryce says, okay, Wrestling Gab, I have to go back soon on the next live stream. Bye, guys. Bye, Bryce.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for hanging with us.
Has Vin been in here?
No, haven't seen Ben for a
while.
week. Sophie says the Super
No
Bowl
Alita,
is also taking place the final week of the Olympics this year. Robbie says, would you go to Pittsburgh?
I would go to
yeah, sure.
Britsburg.
To Pittsburgh.
It's Britsburg.
I just
DMD.
stay out of the bad sides.
There's no bad sides in Pittsburgh.
I'm sure there is. Sophie says, poor Idaho, they never get any love from any wrestling promotion. Probably because they don't even know it's a state, Sophie.
WWE does come here, but it's like their weekday show. Like, it's not a Raw or SmackDown. It's a whatever they're called, live shows every once in a while. But they do not go to Salt Lake City. That's the one that gets me. So Salt Lake probably did something to them in the past.
Oh.
Like, you guys know Denver did, right?
So they're all bummed.
So a few years ago, it's probably like 7, 10, 15 years ago or something.
Hold on just a second. P-Cola's in the chat. Hey, P-Cola.
Hey, P-Cola. Anyways, a while back, they had a date set for the Monday Night Raw or whatever. Mm-hmm. And the company, the building owner or whatever, had a basketball game that night. And so Vince just sued him.
I would.
He moved his thing to a different venue. Everybody went there, watched it. It was a sold-out crowd. Right. And Vince also sued the guy and then made the money from that he would have got from ticket sales from that stadium, too. So he made bank. So and he said he'd never work with him again. So
quadrupled his money because he sold out another venue and then sued the guy probably not just for what he could have made at that venue because he knew what he could make, plus whatever he paid to rent the venue.
Right.
So he got that money back, the money that he got for the ticket sales, plus damages and whatever else that caused him. Because that would be a lot of money to have to move your shit somewhere else and find another venue like that.
Yep.
Because the guy was like, oh, I'm sorry, I put a basketball game during that time.
Like, who doesn't know their schedules for their buildings?
Right? Who double books shit and then picks fucking basketball over wrestling?
Well, basketball you have to. Those stadiums are built by the cities. They're funded by the cities.
So how could
they
I have
take
an
precedence.
Owner?
All basketball teams have an owner.
You're talking about the basketball team had an owner, not the building owner.
Okay, so they're still in charge of the building.
Oh.
So the city just funds it. The owners still own it.
Huh?
Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Like Vegas built the Raiders stadium,
uh-huh.
but the Raiders owner owns it. He can't tear it down, but his name's on it. Like it's his keys.
Oh. Okay. Weird. I don't know. Anyways, Picola said, I'm bored at another wrestling chat. Nobody wants to push back. Maybe you should have been in our chat the whole time instead, jerk.
What are you pushing on?
Rob is like, I would feel safe if I was walking with Dee. She would be my bodyguard. Yeah. I'd probably beat somebody up. Films like, is the Armpit Queen coming out yet to wrestle Naomi? If she'll be out soon, buddy, you better keep watching.
She'll probably be the one that gets you beat up, by the way.
Why would I get people beat up?
Just
do you feel that that's what's gonna happen?
I'm not.
Is that like one of your worries?
I'm definitely not worried about getting beat up.
Is that why you're like, I'm not going out? Rob is like, Cole, you good? It feels like, come on, Armpit Queen, beat Naomi. So he's like, I remember that Raw that Travis was talking about. It was also Mr. Kennedy's last night in the WWE.
I would never pick the Packers over the 49ers until tomorrow. Aaron Rodgers has turned into my hero.
Why?
Have you not watched any of his stuff this year?
Oh, because he didn't do the vaccine and lied, and then everybody was like, ah, and everybody's like all over him and against him.
Now I want him to win the championship.
Now they might win the championship. They're like, you guys are morons. People's like, I'm all right, I'm just trying to press some buttons, and people want to ignore you. What the fuck? Who would want to ignore you, P-Cola? Can't ignore you. You're like bigger than life, my man. Hey, by the way, how's your bronchial infection? You doing better?
Naomi.
Robbie's like, Travis's favorite 70s rock tune you like to listen to. Robbie's like, LOL, that's a shame, Cola. And Sophie says, I'm surprised AEW haven't done a show in Idaho.
No, they don't even come anywhere near this side of the country.
Again, Sophie, they don't even know it's a state. Do you understand the meaning of my words?
I don't know if they've done Arizona. I know they've done Vegas, and they've done Los Angeles, but I don't think they've done Oregon, Washington, any of those.
Robbie says Wrestling Gab and Wrestling Days are the best wrestling channel on YouTube.
Yeah, Wrestling Days is really good. Obviously, it's the biggest channel, I believe.
Yeah.
The only problem is you're not going to get talking to anybody. There's too many people in there.
There's so many people.
There are like 2,000 people in there.
Robbie's like, Flair looked piff, man.
She looked good in that black.
Looking tonight. Yeah, she's been wearing black a lot more lately. She looks really good in black. When she wears her two pieces, not her leotard things. Those are weird. I don't like
please don't wear bodysuits.
Those bodysuits are gross. There's a monster out in the hallway. Robbie's like, film, you got your wish now. Pickle's like, the B on my keyboard was kind of sticky. Disgusting. What were you doing to it? You're so gross.
He's like, boobs.
You're like, everywhere, all over the B key. Nasty. Sophie says, good for the WWE for somehow find a backup place on the day of that Raw from 10 or 9 years ago.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, well, that's Vince for you, though, right? He's a businessman, and he knows people. That's what happens when you know people.
And don't burn bridges. Yeah, she looks pretty good, doesn't she?
Shit gets done. She's like, excuse me, I need help with this. Thank you. Yes, please get the other sleeve.
Charles Robinson, do your job. Undress me.
Mr. Robinson, I need you to do your job and undress me. Walter's like, Naomi, good luck versus Charlotte. Picola says TK had to rebook the East Coast dates in 21. Right. They're planning to expand west.
Look at this. Look at the difference in just the wrestlers' confidence. Just the two girls in the ring. Now there's a third, but if you just see their body language and their faces, you can't coach that. You can't teach that. Just body language. Naomi just looked like she shouldn't have been there.
Because even though...
Look at this, new referee.
Because even though Naomi, isn't really that good, she sure comes out there like she's going to do a good job. Yeah. Like, she comes out there like, I'm the fucking badass bitch in here. And she's never not done it. Like, when she was a Funkadactyl and shit like that.
I love that. Her and Cameron.
With Brutus or whatever hell his
Brutus
name is.
T. He's like a fox
analyst. I cannot believe I remember that name. Oh, Charlotte. Cheap shots.
All right, the bell has rung. So right now the referee should be stomping, and there's a 5-second break right there.
Right.
So Charlotte just did it out of normalcy, I guess. Because she broke. She didn't need to. She could have just kept stomping her. Because this girl's not going to delete her.
Right. So, Pickle says TK had to rebook the East Coast dates. Oh, Tony Khan. I'm like, who the fuck are you talking about? In 21, they were planning to expand west. Yeah, they'll have to find places that'll let him come this way. Walter says, Naomi, good luck versus Charlotte. Pickle says, I noticed the Texas dates expanding. Well, yeah, because Texas will let them do anything, kind of like Florida.
Whoa, Charlotte rolls her through.
Ouch. Sophie says, I still don't understand how the owner of that stadium double booked stuff.
Well, obviously the owner's not the one
now
that
you
did
know
it,
now you know why he was sued and the other person won.
But you've got people that run that stuff for you that should know better. They should be bright red blocks, that you can't use that night.
Right, exactly.
On your calendar, it's unusable.
Yeah.
Like, who just leaves one of those off? Well, I thought we were on the road. Actually, to be honest, to be fair, I do believe that the basketball game was rescheduled. And it took precedence.
To that night?
Yeah. And Vince is like, okay. And then he sued him. But I think that's what happened. I'm sure you can Google that. That's not, far-fetched.
Right.
And it was in Denver. Whoa! Charlotte just nailed Sonya.
Well, there goes the stupid ref.
Oh! Oh, she would have had her! Sonya's got to get her hair back up, though.
Well, she was kind of dazed a little bit.
Well, she got to get her hair back up. Watch how fast this count's going to be. Oh, chop block.
Owie.
I hope she really lets her tap and not just makes her tap like that. God damn it. It's like the screw job in Tennessee.
And she's not going to stop it. She's just like, yeah, whatever.
Charlotte just broke it anyway. The hold, not the leg. Yay. Charlotte with the dub.
That's so weird.
Look at it. She's ready to go out. Her hair's still all dead.
Yeah. She's like, I didn't even break a sweat. This is amazing. Robbie's like, Dee, maybe you should wear black. I do. You said you liked it. Walter's like, Sonya Deville, okay. Picole's like, spilled my green tea. My sporadic coughing. Sue me. Although, I will. I'm going to call my lawyer right now.
You got to pop your key off.
1-800-LAWYER. Yes, I have a problem. I want to sue somebody for spilling their green tea all over their B key on their keyboard. Yes, it's very offensive, and I don't understand why they're saying it to me. Can't understand why green tea would be sticky, Piccolo. You putting a whole bunch of sugar in it or something? Dude, it's wrong.
It's already got caffeine in it.
Sophie says, Idaho seems like it on a blacklist of wrestling promotions for some reason.
Boise gets them. It does happen. WWE was here right before the pandemic, so in 2019.
And it's just usually the, whatchamacallit, the backstage or whatever
House
the house shows things is what they'll do. But that's it. They don't have, like, big main, like, Raws and SmackDowns and stuff.
Nitro was there.
My best friend.
When Hogan came back as Hogan and everybody was confused. Like, Tony Schiavone's like, are you hearing that music?
That's funny.
That's Hulk Hogan. That's Hulk Hogan. Like, nobody understood why he came out in his red and yellow. Like, it didn't make any sense.
Oh. Robbie's like, that ref is a good ref. Shame Charles ain't calling the match.
Charles Robinson. Have you guys seen his house? He's got a horror room with a whole bunch of, like, paraphernalia.
Horror show stuff?
Yeah, like a whole room of it, though.
So it's kind of like Shotzi, then. She has a room that's like that, too, in her house.
Oh. That's cool.
She shows it on her Instagram pages.
Yeah, does she do the live feeds? Like, Charles does these live feeds, and he walks you through everything, and he's got life-size statues of Michael Myers or whatever. They're not called statues, like dolls. I'm like, fuck you. I don't like little dolls.
Like, I'm not going in there. Robbie's like, Sonia looks like she should work at Foot Locker. Sophie says, Idaho is a state. Yes, it is, Sophie. It's even on the map of the United States as a state. It's weird. Ramit says, is American like cricket? Yes, we're just like a game. Ravi's like Walls of Jericho. Ramit says, Coley and Dolly more than earned WWE wrestlers. I don't know them. Piccolo says, yes, and the capital of Nebraska is Lincoln? Question mark. Ravi's like, Naomi dead and buried. And Sophie's like, don't all states and promotions have calendars that they could double check stuff?
Well, obviously the state doesn't, but
I'm pretty sure that somebody dropped the ball when it came to the booking of that particular one. Well, there's like, geez, Sonia making Naomi lose. And Luke's in the chat. Hey, Luke.
Very uncalled for just to tap her out like that. I was not happy with that.
Luke.
As this is me. I hope they don't just tap. And they didn't.
She's like, I hope they don't just ring the bell. Fucking ring the bell.
Now, granted, she would have tapped. But.
Yeah. Walter's like, hey, Luke. Luke's like, hi, all. And Robbie's like, Seth and KO, what a combo. Better than the combo at Popeyes. Yeah. Pico's like, how far away are you from Sturgis? 5 hours.
Yeah, it's quite a drive. It's probably 3 states.
Just kidding. I think it's like 7 or... Is it?
No, it's not quite that long.
Is it? I thought it was that long.
You have to go through all of Montana, and Montana is huge, by the way.
So it takes 8 hours to get from where we're at to Las Vegas, Nevada.
9.
Yeah, 9 hours, sure.
Yeah.
8-9 hours, depending on your
roads
and.
It took us 11 hours in the 80s to get there.
Well, now you can go like 90. So.
Yeah, I don't know what the speedometer is in Utah. I know Idaho is extremely fast, but Utah still was like 70 before. I don't know what it is now.
They've made theirs 80. But anyways, so take that into account, right? So it takes about 8-9 hours, whatever you want to call it. And that's only 583 miles away. So
yeah,
I would happen to say that Sturgis is probably around that same amount of time, like away from us.
I would
500
say it's
miles.
Half that. But
You think it's only 200 something miles? You think it's like going to Boise?
Think about where it's at. It's in Dakota.
I know, it's in Dakota.
There's one state in between.
I know,
it's Montana and then Dakota.
I think it's longer than that. We'll have to look it up. I'm pretty sure it's farther away than that. Because, like, I heard from an acquaintance about the wild biker rallies up there. That's North Idaho. Or are you talking about Sturgis?
Sturgis, yeah.
If you're talking about Sturgis, yeah, they have a whole week.
Yeah, I want to go to Daytona, obviously. Daytona Bike Week. And then Sturgis. Those are kind of my 2. I do have a Harley.
Right. Film says, did the amazing Armpit Queen Charlotte Flair win? Yeah, she did. Were you watching?
Handedly.
Why were you watching? Walter's like, Sami Zayn, boo. Film's like, oh, Charlotte. And Sophie says, if a wrestling promotion never decided to do a Raw, SmackDown, or AEW shows in Idaho, would you guys go to it?
Yeah, why wouldn't we?
Ever decided? If they ever decided to do it, then yeah, we probably would go. Robbie's like, yo, Luke. Sophie's like, remember the WWE Table for 3? That show is coming back. Robbie says, D didn't bat an eyelid at my Popeyes line. Popeyes is disgusting. Let's see. Yeah, here, Walter, I'll throw another one out for you, see if you can get it. Sorry, I got distracted. Travis was talking too much the last couple times.
He never talks.
Okay, let's see. What blew up in Seth Rollins' face when he finally retrieved the Money in the Bank briefcase from Dean Ambrose and opened it? Oh, let's see. Piccolo's like, I think it's like Comic Cons. They have to book a couple of years in advance and make sure the venue will be prepared for a weekend and it's advertising.
Yeah, it depends on which direction you go, but you have to go either through Montana or Wyoming, and it's about 11 hours.
So it's longer.
Well, yeah, because you have to go around the mountain.
It takes longer than going to Vegas. How many miles is it?
675.
Okay. So it's 100 more miles than going to Vegas, basically. Huh. I knew it had to be farther away, like about like what it was. Hey, look, Kid Rock's there.
Kid Rock. My name is Kid Rock. I've never went to Twin Falls and then straight down through Nevada to get to Vegas. That just seems like a weird ass way to get there.
It takes you through Jackpot in Wendell or whatever there in Nevada.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, because you could probably get to Los Angeles quicker driving than you could to Sturgis.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, it's 8 hours.
You can get to fucking Vegas faster.
Well, yeah, it's right there.
But I'd rather just fly.
Well, it's a straight shot.
Vegas.
But I-15 goes right through Los Angeles. Like, it actually starts in Los Angeles.
Yeah. Let's see. Paul Brown's in the chat. Hey, Paul Brown says good afternoon from Australia.
Wow, there they are. I've wanted an Australian in here. Subscribe, hang out with us.
Talk to him. His name's Paul Brown.
Paul Brown.
He gave us some koala bears. Hey, koala bears.
I'm like, why don't we ever have any Australians in here?
Sophie's like, maybe they're not allowed to get on the internet. Just kidding.
What in the hell is that? Is that a cattle prod?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. So we used to do this. If Rob ever comes back in here, remind me we could talk about this.
Rob McLaren?
Yeah, we would get drunk.
Oh god.
And people would pass out, and we'd use, EA had one of those, and we would just zap the shit out of people with that thing.
It's a little more higher voltage than I thought. Level 1.
Is he going to do it? Oh, because he's insane.
Sophie says Becky Lynch will be on the Broken Skull sessions on the network next week.
Really? She's already been on there.
Robbie says, anyone remember WWE Ride Along? LOL.
Insane.
Kind of. I don't know.
Oh!
Piccolo says, when the superior combo is obviously KO and Sammy. Film's like, yes, I watched him. Glad Charlotte won. Paul Brown. And Ravi says, Cola, he knows. Walter's like, yes, Ravi, funny. Sophie's like, I know the WWE talks to every state to book TV and pay-per-views. Piccolo's like, 2016. And Walter's like, green slime. And the answer to that trivia question was green slime. Walter, you won! Yay!
You did it.
You're amazing.
So somehow it's 4 more hours, but I'm pretty sure it's not 4 hours from Vegas to Los Angeles, so I don't know where that 4 hours comes in. But
from Vegas to Los Angeles?
But that's for us. It would take 12 hours to drive it. That'd be kind of a fun little drive.
It would be fun.
I didn't realize it was so close.
As long as we could go through the Grand
Oh my god! No. Never ever do this.
We repeat, do not do this at home.
No, that can stop your heart. I've got these little pulsers, and they asked me not to do that. Although my doctor said I could. He did it.
That's so fake.
He would have went.
Right?
He wouldn't have been able to.
It's so fake. Nobody believes this is happening. Like, everybody in the whole audience is like, yeah, no.
Oh, jackass.
Robbie's
Johnny
like, Sammy,
Knoxville.
what a dude. Robbie says, Sammy, perfect for these types of segments. So he says, maybe they are going to do Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville at Saudi Arabia. Robbie says, LOL, bloody hell. Is that a cattle prod? Yeah, it is. Walter's like, on Monday, I'll be here for Raw still for 10 minutes. And Sophie says, after the Rumble, a lot of Johnny Knoxville fans might not continue to watch the WWE.
Have you guys seen the helipad in Dubai?
It's on the tallest building, by the way.
It's on the tallest building in the world, and it's a helipad. Have you guys seen this? Say yes or no. Anyways, they played tennis matches on it. Floyd Mayweather's going to box on it in February. He's boxing somebody. He doesn't even have an opponent yet, but he's going to get one and box on it. I don't know if I would stand on it. But right in the middle of it.
Right?
I don't like that.
Like,
I'm like, ugh. I mean, it would be cool if I had a parachute. I'd probably jump off of it, but if I didn't, that. This is insane. Oh, he's got it.
Let's all calm down. Robbie's like, haha, that joke's hello, haha, Sammy. Walter's like, yes, got it. Sophie says, Walter is the only one playing.
Oh, it's
trivia.
legit, but somebody forgot to turn it on.
It's all right, Sophie. I'm glad that Walter likes to play trivia. Lieutenant Martha's in the chat says, hey, kids, please do not try this at home.
Do not.
Walter says, Sammy is crazy. Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, that's fake noise.
Did he really turn it on this time, though?
Well, I doubt it, but you guys, they move cows. They're not designed to hurt you. You know what I mean? Like, you
well,
don't die
even at the
from it.
lowest setting.
Oh shit! He threw him over the top rope.
He's like, see you at the Rumble.
The ones that EA had, they didn't have settings. It was on or off, and it just crackled at the tip.
Anyways, film is saying, okay, Miss D and Charles, I'm going to head out. See you on the next live stream for Raw. Love y'all. Peace out. God bless
All right.
America. God
Have
bless
a good
everybody.
weekend.
Bye.
Be safe.
Bye. Bye, film. Have a good weekend. Thanks for hanging out with us. Picole's like, take care, Film Nation. And Robbie says, LOL, how old is Johnny Knoxville? And Picole's like, he's in his 50s.
Look at that.
Eric Bischoff.
Old Bischoff.
He expects it. Sophie says it will be funny if these two will somehow make it to the final 5 at the Rumble. Robbie's like, looks good for 50. Yeah, after all the dumb shit he does to himself.
What's Eric gonna do? Why is he here? Uh-oh. Is Sonya gonna lose her job?
Ooh, a real match.
Next week. The night before the Royal Rumble. Let me know what they say, she says.
Robbie's like, Eric looks good too. Let me know what they say.
He's probably gonna get fired.
Right? Pretty sure that Sonya has somebody in her pocket. Sophie's like, do you like them announcing who is in the Rumble in advance,
No.
or do you like to be surprised?
I wish they wouldn't have said a damn thing. I like the old days when they were like draw numbers and shit, and you'd get like what number they were gonna come out. I kind of like that. Like, oh, I got 13, and then somebody'd be like, I'm not telling you what I got.
I got 12.
Well, some people would get 1. And 1 and 2 are the exact same thing. I don't understand that part. But.
Hey, look, he's got his buddy out there. Must have
There
his
he
nose
is.
fixed enough.
Does he have a face mask?
No, but he's not wrestling, I don't think.
Oh, he's got a thing on his face, though.
Does he?
Rich Hunt, yeah, like it looked like a Band-Aid.
I didn't see any things on his face. Anyways, Walter says, okay, bye, guys. See you Monday for Raw. Bye, Walter. Thanks for hanging with us. Robbie says, I hope I still keep my youthful looks in my 50s. LOL. Yeah. Drink lots of water.
Water.
And eat your vegetables.
And sleep and eat vegetables.
That'll help you out a lot. And exercise.
I want to watch that. That's that game that McKenna would play.
I know, right? She went through that whole thing and then was like, I love these. And you got them all for her. And then she was like, these are stupid.
That's because Fortnite happened.
Oh, hey, look, Luke's back. He was there and then he disappeared and I was asking where he went. Luke's like, did you two hear about what could possibly the shadiest sounding concert ever being booked by the same people? Live Nation, who ran that concert where everyone had herd issues. Live Nation.
Is that Travis Scott?
Are you talking about the Travis Scott one that had all those problems that people died because of him, basically? Robbie's like, the fella, I bet he's gonna go to a bar or watch the Liverpool FC game at the end of Feb. I bet he's gassed. Liverpool are in a final against Chelsea.
Ooh, I liked both of those teams. Liverpool. Reeks of urine chamber pots.
Pickles says, so the music reaction stream I followed last night had a major foobar. What happened, Pickle? Tell us all the dirt. And Luke says Travis Scott, yeah. And
okay,
no,
so they're gonna do another concert.
So no, haven't heard anything about it. He says they're doing a even more insane sounding concert. Well, tell us what it is, because we don't know.
That's nuts.
Sophie's like, Sonya versus Naomi. Why I have a feeling that it will go down the last time they fought, like a month ago.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's got to come to a conclusion, and I don't know if Naomi can beat Sonya.
Robbie's like, Dia's going to the concert. Yes, I have a death wish. Thank you. Well,
like,
I figured that was the easiest way to kill myself, was just to go to a concert.
Have you ever seen the old ones that DMX would do?
No, I've never seen concerts or been to them. I am a loser. Pickle says, you want to hear the juicy goss? I do. I want to hear the tea. Come on, Piccola. Come on. You can't just drop bombs like that and then not say anything about what really happened. Jeez. Can't be a tease. So he's like, did you see the trailer for the Super Bowl halftime show with who is performing there?
It's just an old bunch of 90s rappers.
Eminem, Mary J. Blige, Snoop Dogg, and Dr. Dre. Oh my God, how boring.
No, thank you.
No, I think I'll be passing on that. That lady lost her boobie.
Did you see the size of it?
Her boob? Oh, the concert. That's like whatchamacallit.
That's like a million people.
I think that's more than, what was that? What did they do back in the 60s?
Woodstock?
Yeah, I think that's even bigger than Woodstock.
Probably.
They're probably doing the same thing.
Hey, look, it's the actual trailer for the video game.
Drugs. Whoring.
Hey, I bet you Luke will know the Undertaker pack. Because there's 3 different ones. There's like his cinematic matches, the graveyard matches, and then there's 2 other ones. That's terrible. Video games are getting close. We're just a few steps away from virtual reality, to where you put the suit on
hideous in there.
And you're watching it and there's no difference between reality and it. It'll be a fun one. We should buy it and do it. Play it like once a week or something.
Yeah, so people have to watch us.
Oh, look, his big dong. A lot of people love that big dong.
Everybody. Let's see, Okay, so Luke says it was one day, 60 bands, no refunds, and the math worked out to 20 to 25 minutes per band, including setup and teardown. They added a second day, but the exact lineup here is the lineup.
I'm not going to know 1/18 of them. I've heard of Travis Scott because he has my name.
So is the lineup just on the poster? When we were young, My Chemical Romance, you know them. Paramore.
I've heard of that. I don't know who it is though.
AFI, The Used, Bring Me the Horizon, Taking Back Sunday, Dashboard, Confessional, I Prevail. I'm trying to see if there's any other ones in there that sound familiar.
Ricochet.
Oh, Avril Lavigne's going to be there.
Hey, Avril, she's probably going to get raped.
Probably. Raped. She won't say no. Sausage wallet.
What?
Anyways. Okay. And then Piccola says, okay, they always put on a stream every other night and highlight a different genre. 60s, 70s, heavy metal, one-hit wonders, etc. Okay.
Oh, that's
Got
cool.
it. Well, they decided to have a cover stream last night. What does that mean?
A cover is like that somebody else sings somebody else's song.
Okay. So Piccolo's like, oh no, it's another one. Brad and Lex. But I do follow them as well. Oh, somebody asked a question there. Okay. Anyways, said that. Ravi said, I went to an outdoor concert to see Jay-Z and Son as soon as Rihanna came out, I got pushed too close to the front away from my mate. It was crazy. Who knew Rihanna was that fascinating to people?
But it's because she's pretty. It's not like a talent thing.
Looks like, what are we talking about with Taker?
They released that video game on March 8th. They're 2K22.
The wrestling game.
And there's if you pre-order it, you can get the Undertaker package, and it's got 3 different matches that are featured that the Undertaker are in. I thought you might know what it is. It's called the Undertaker pack.
Sophie says that halftime show sounds good if you like the performers. I like a few of them.
I like a couple.
Pico
I like
says,
Dr. Dre.
Yeah. Pico says, well, they decided to have I read that one. Chris kind of says, hey guys, has Shotzi been on tonight? No, haven't seen her, Chris. Sophie says, I know what stream Pico is talking about. It's called Asia and BJ. And Pico says, oh, it's another one, Brad and Lex. And Sophie says, oh, I heard of the stream that Pico was talking about. I forgot the name of it. Luke's like, yes. And Robbie says, Chris, I ain't seen Shotzi in a long time. And Sophie says, I'm the member of Asia and BJ until the 28th of January. And Luke says, all those bands are literally the soundtrack to the 90s and 2000s emo and rock scene. Well, I don't know the emo music. I only know a couple of them. I didn't know very many of them. Pico's like, so they had posted a poll, and the choices were 2 losers and PMJ. Who's PMJ?
Got me.
I don't know who PMJ is. Chris says...
Jam, maybe? I have no idea.
Chris says, oh, Avril Lavigne. Sophie says, who is PMJ? Exactly. Pico says, are you aware of Postmodern Jukebox? They're amazing. Well, in this poll. Okay. Don't know them.
Oh, shit. He kicks him right in the ribs.
Are they going to try to break him because he broke what's-his-face's nose? Sophie's like, no. Chris says, I'm going to pre-order Purple Glove Taker is the best version of Taker. Ravi says, Avril being their Diaz Defo going now. Not really, but okay. Because, like, they had about 850 people in the stream, and PMJ lost to a ska band called Real Big Fish. Oh. I've heard of that one. Ravi says,
Big bro kick. Done. Ricochet 1, 2, and 3 gets pinned. Sheamus wins.
Poor Ricochet. Sophie says covers are hard to do. Luke says the Undertaker pack gives you 3 extra Taker personal and gear sets. Phantom Mask Taker, Lord of Darkness Taker, and Boneyard Match Taker.
Right. Boneyard. I knew that was the one, but I didn't know the other ones.
Robbie says Avril is French for April. I didn't know that. But I don't know French because they smell.
Jeez.
I wonder if Ayla made it to Vegas.
They left today, so...
They left today around... She said they were leaving about noon.
So no. They It's at least 8 hours and 20 minutes. That's straight if they don't stop.
True. I don't know. It's 7:30.
That was an 11, 12-hour drive when I was a kid. I hated it.
Like, yeah.
I never wanted to come back up here because it took so long.
Right.
And so then because I was such a spoiled brat, that my grandparents would fly me into Salt Lake and then pick me up. And then my Aunt Deborah would pick me up at the airport, and then my grandpa would pick me up at Salt Lake. Mm-hmm. And it would take like an hour.
Yeah. That's why I asked him if they were flying, because I was like, why the fuck would you drive?
Yeah, and now you can fly out of here. Before you couldn't.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, when she said they were going, I was like, are you guys flying? And she's like, no, we're driving. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why would you do that? Anyways, Chris says that I thought Ozzy was Lord of Darkness. And Piccolo says, okay, so long story short, I have to explain PMJ. And Piccolo says a Real Big Fish was a has-been ska band from the 90s. Sophie says HBO Max is going to work on a Christmas Story sequel starring the guy who played Ralphie in the original Christmas Story.
Yeah, he's also on Elf. He's the head of Elf. On Elf.
Your dog is annoying.
I can't hear it, so.
That's good.
I got SmackDown screaming in my ear, and now I'm McDonald's. Free Fries Friday.
You have to use the app. Oh, no, it says with a purchase of $1 or more. That's different. Usually there has to be an app involved. Oh, let's see. Robbie says when I went to Mauritius back in 2010, weird. I was speaking Creole broken French, the native language, and people there called me a tourist because my accent.
Yeah, why? What's up? Okay. Yeah, I'll be done at 8. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Something going on?
Huh?
Something going on?
No.
Okay.
She just want to talk to me about her birthday.
Oh, about
I still don't know what to get her. What do you get a 16-year-old for her birthday?
We were thinking about getting her those earrings.
Yeah, but it's like what, 10 days? How many days till first?
It would be a week from this next Tuesday.
Right.
So 7, 8, 9 days, I guess.
The business ones, yeah. Or total.
Sophie says, Piccolo, you should have been on Asia and BJ stream last night. It was fun and good. Piccolo says, Postmodern Jukebox is conducted by Scott Bradley. He arranges the music and piano for all the music.
Oh.
Sophie says, Linkin Park was a good band. Robbie says, is Edge's theme, You Think You Know Me, a good theme tune?
Why not? I like, so I've been listening to this, like, old pirate type music. I don't even know. I'm sure it has a name, but that's what I've been listening to lately.
Is that because of the songs on those shorts?
Well, I might have sent you one that was on a short, but I actually looked up the real videos and listened to the videos. But I like all those. Like they're old, like Irish drinking songs or something. What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? Jeff Jarrett. Rick Boogs.
I don't like that they cut his hair. It doesn't make him very rock-like.
My name's Rick Boogs. It's R-I-C. Usos. What? Is it the main event already?
Yes. Anyway, so Piccolo says anything and everything in popular music has been covered by PMJ, and the songs are stripped down and tuned into jazz, ragtime, swing types of covers.
Oh, that's awesome.
Sophie says, I wonder which Royal Rumble match will be the main event of the pay-per-view, the women's or the men's. Luke says, you as a dad get a 16-year-old daughter nothing, because everything she wants is everything a dad doesn't want for the daughter, LOL. Pico says PMJ has a cover of Radiohead's Creep, 102 million views. Oh.
Well, she already has a car.
Yeah, she already has a car. So,
and I put a system in it this summer, so she's bumping around.
She's already bust through, like, multiple subwoofers through it. Like, at least $500 or more of them. Robbie's like, do you think Rick Boogs know how to play the Liberty ad on his guitar? I don't know, maybe.
This is today. A random person walked up to me and said, Sub life. Woo. Woo. My ass. And then she's like, and there was a kid in my math class yesterday talking about that one car in the parking lot with all that loud ass bass. Or with all those loud ass subs.
Funny.
Talk about her car. She's like, yeah, that's me. I'm making my kid go deaf. She's going to be like deaf as shit when she's like 30.
What? What? Who? What? Anyways, Chris says, LOL, Jeff Jarrett, also a geriatric. He wants to be young still. He even tried to be in Bullet Club once. Sophie says, isn't Jeff Jarrett part of another wrestling promotion, GCW?
Who knows what he does? He owned Impact. He's the guy that started it. His dad owned a wrestling organization also. I'm trying to remember what it was called. Did his dad own ECW first? Before, what's his name? Paul Heyman? Anyways, he owned one like that. But I don't know if it was ECW or not. But his dad owned wrestling, and so he's just a promoter like his dad. Mm-hmm. Vince never liked him either, by the way. I don't know how he's ever on TV. When he came to WWF, he got buried.
Oh, hey, when I came... just got home. When was the last time you were in the refrigerator today?
Not too long ago, I'm sure.
Okay. The door wasn't closed all the way, so it was like open.
That's probably for that meat. Yeah, I had fed Charlie about 5:30 or something. Got water out of there.
Okay.
That water needs to be refilled if you need any.
Okay, I'll do it later. He says, and it. Okay, so they do all these covers and everything, and then it lost to a ska band from the 90s covering Aha's Take On Me. Either people never discovered PMJ or they just have no idea what they're missing. I'm guessing they have no idea what they're missing, probably. But I could see why people would be like, oh, Take On Me. That's a classic, right? So if it's like covers and reboots are hard to do, you don't want to copy the original show, movie, or song.
Yeah, how do you do a cover and not get copyrighted? Like, do you have to change any words or anything, or can you just use other people's shit? I don't know. I know you can mock things and you can make fun of things.
Right.
That's how Saturday Night Live can get away with doing stuff. That's how Weird Al Yankovic could do things. But they're not using the exact, If you're Fox, you can't just play Harry Potter without paying for it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how they... Pukol says, my best friend had an 88 Blazer, and I rode with him freshman year, bumping Eazy-E and 2 Live Crew, ha 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 ha.
Oh my god.
Bass woke my ass up about every morning.
2 Live Crew down in Miami, the Miami Sound.
That's funny.
That was the real Miami Sound machine to me. It wasn't Gloria Estefan.
Quentin Mitchell's in the chat. Hey, Quentin. Says Britt Baker was on Nick Cannon's talk show.
Oh.
Really? Oh, that's cool.
I like Nick Cannon. Or I used to like Nick Cannon.
Sophie says
still around.
Jeff Jarrett also had a wrestling promotion in India that didn't work out that well. He should have had the great Khali help him. He's real popular. Robbie says, did know D knew the song Take On Me, Raw. You did know or didn't know?
Take on me.
Take on me. Take me on. Get to that high-pitched note there. Pickle says, like I said, Scott Bradley is a genius and changes the entire arrangement. Huh. Yeah, I've never even heard of him, but that's pretty cool. So that's what happened. That's the gossip. That people are morons and don't know what PMJ is. I'm a moron. I don't know what PMJ is.
Sounds like pajamas.
Sophie says, with covers, if you miss one lyric, fans of the original will notice it right away, kind of like reboots. Pickle says, yo, this Quentin, he's good people. He just was chilling in that other chat. Oh, cool. Awesome. Quentin. Well, it's cool.
Well, thanks for coming over and
do you
hanging out
watch
with us.
AEW, Quentin?
You AEW fan, or are you more of a WWE fan? Or do you like both? Because I like both.
Because you mentioned Britt Baker, so that's why I'm asking. Ravi says, I like the glorious stuff on tune 1, 2, 3, 4. Why does that not surprise me? Luke says, the way it works on Twitch, based on what I see from a damn good band, Hallison? I don't know if I'm saying it right. Who does covers during their streams. Basically, you do the song at least a little differently than the original. Robbie says, didn't know you knew the reggae version. Looks like, and streaming cover bands also usually get permission from whoever they cover.
Well, the problem with that, though, is that the artist doesn't own the music 9 times out of 10. So then you got to get it from the actual record company, but then you also got to get it from the producer. So you have to get 3 different permissions sometimes, and so it turns into a huge hassle. But I guess the other thing you can do is some of those places just have it for sale on a site, and you can go over there and buy it, and then you just put the number in your description.
Oh, okay.
But you actually paid for it.
Right.
So I forgot about that. So I guess you don't need to get all 3 permissions if you just buy it.
So sometimes artists do cover really well, so well sometimes you can't tell if it's an original song or a cover. Rob is like, KO, does he have any new moves? Why would he have new moves, Ravi? All the old ones seem to work, so why would they have new?
He's got a Stone Cold Stunner. Okay, so if Seth and Kevin lose this, Roman will not be wrestling at the Royal Rumble, and he will be on vacation until WrestleMania. But if Seth and KO win this, then the Usos are banned from ringside at the Royal Rumble.
Sophie says, with reboots, networks do it for people that weren't around when the original show was around. Robbie says, I just tend to listen to the original version of the tunes. Me too, most of the time.
There are a couple reboots that are just flat out better. Like, there's this Rihanna song. It's about like a lowrider and an old brown lowrider. I can't remember the. Anyways, it sounds so much better. They slow it down, and so I thought it was a different artist, and I had never heard it before, so I got mad at McKenna for not telling me that there was such a cool song. Mm-hmm. And all they really did was just slow her down, so it sounds like a guy singing it, and it's 10 times better. But I don't know the name of the song.
So I personally like Marilyn Manson's version of Tainted Love more so than I do
Tainted Love. Well, yeah, that's
the
probably
original.
That's probably better. I don't like the Tainted Love original, but Sweet Dreams Are Made of This. Anix Lewis or whatever her name is, she does a really good job.
Yeah, Marilyn Manson's is better.
I like it. Both of them.
If we're talking about covers or reboots or whatever. People's like, not always. How many people on YouTube have saying Billie Jean, for example, for clout, or the latest Drake album? I doubt they get permission. Probably not.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I mean, people do it on TikTok all the fucking time, right?
I can 100% guarantee you I've never heard Drake.
I don't think I have either, so I couldn't.
Not one song.
I don't think McKenna's ever really played me for us.
She doesn't play it, and he might be in like some like background of some song or something, but no idea. Mm-hmm. So I don't know exactly what Drake sounds like.
Quentin says WWE is okay, but AEW is fire, and I got the AEW World Title belt.
Woo!
Nice.
Belt collector.
Yeah, we cover
like
AEW on Wednesdays.
We do that on Wednesdays.
We don't do the Rampage, but we will do their pay-per-views and stuff like that.
Yeah, we do all the AEW pay-per-views, and we do Dynamite. And any special that they have that's not Rampage.
Pickle's like, I'll send you a link, D. You should. And Sophie says without Roman it's on the Rumble card, that opens the door for them to add a match on the Rumble card.
There's a girl named like Melinda or something like that. That's the girl I've been trying to watch lately.
Pickle says it will change your life. I like things that change my life. Whereas, like, you never know, DKO might want to elevate his wrestling style. Sure. And Pickle says Linkin Park did a great cover of Adele's Rollin' in the Deep. It's kind of like
Melinda.
Bobby McGee. Like, if you guys know that song. Janis Joplin did a version of it. And Chris Christopherson has a version of it.
Everybody has a version of that song, but yeah. Yes. The Chris Christopherson version is my favorite by a long shot. Mm-hmm. But when I do hear Janice sing it, I'm like, oh, that's sick. But I can't sing along with it because it's a girl singing about a guy named Bobby.
Uh-huh.
Where
Chris
it's actually supposed to be a girl named Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
I could sing that whole song. I know every word to it.
I know.
It's
you listened to it so much so you could memorize it. I remember.
Well, because I wanted to play it with the guitar and just actually sing it.
Robbie says, D, bringing it back with them classic tunes. I was in my early 20s when they came out. Mm-hmm.
Whoa, cannonball off the top, but missed.
Sophie's like, at one point there was talk of a Married with Children sequel series, but that was 20-something years ago.
You know, they're both still alive, Peg and whatever his name was. What was his name? That's funny, I can't think. Al. Shit.
In
Come
the
on,
show,
Travis,
I'm
like, Peg and Al
are you
Bundy.
talking about the show or?
And she's still alive, the little girl. She's in Hall Pass.
Applegate.
Yeah, Christina Applegate.
Barely.
And then
she did have breast cancer.
the little boy, I don't remember his name. He wasn't little, but
Right.
Bud. I think his name was Bud.
I'm trying to think if he was in anything else. Robbie's like, D likes Adele. No, not really. I can maybe tell you one of her songs, maybe.
You should look up Melinda, Malinda. She sings like pirate songs. That's the best way I can describe it.
Pickle says, yes, the funny thing about these music streams, people from all walks of life show up and they can't agree to what good music is.
That's the beauty of music.
It's all good because it's music. Oh, Pickle says, you mean Al Bundy, who scored 4 touchdowns for Polk High?
Yeah.
Yeah, Al Bundy.
Legend.
He's a legend.
Rings. My precious.
Sophie's like, yes. Yes. That's it, Sophie. Al Bundy scored 4 touchdowns. Looks like The Animal and Me is my fave band who also does covers. They covered Rap God by Eminem. The male singer Scream rapped it so well, Eminem actually took them on tour to play it with him.
That's pretty cool.
That's cool. I'm not sure I would be into Scream rapping. It's kind of weird. Like they're angry at you and they're like so angry about it. They're angry at everybody. And then they rhyme their words as they're yelling. It's kind of fucking creepy. Like that guy that you used to watch on YouTube. You would send me stupid videos of it all the time. That guy that he can't talk without rapping. He's like,
the Eminem? It's Eminem. It's not really Eminem. It's a guy that pretends to be Eminem. I can't remember what his name is. Fuck.
Oh my god.
He is so fucking funny. He can't have any sort of conversation, and his kids are always like, what's the one thing that the kid says?
I don't remember. Participation trophy stuff.
Oh,
I don't
Machine
remember.
Gun Kelly's better.
Oh, Machine Gun Kelly's better. Not anymore. He got with that weirdo bitch, and now they're just both weird. God, they're weird. Looks like once that happened, bands and labels just gave The Animal in Me blanket permission to cover whatever they wanted. Yeah, Eminem has that effect, I guess. Sophie says it will be interesting how a Married with Children sequel series would work in today's climate.
You can't. Everybody's so sensitive nowadays.
All the feminists would have a meltdown.
It's not the feminists. It's just the left. Like, the left has turned into the right in the 80s. In the 80s, the right wanted to ban books and speech and everything else, and now it's the left. They don't like speech. They don't like freedom of speech at all. They're completely against it because it might offend somebody. It might be racist. It might be anti-something that they're standing for.
Yeah, get over yourselves.
I'm just hoping that it switches. I didn't think it would switch back and forth. Like, because who in the 80s would have thought that the left was against... I mean, they were trying... If you remember, in the 80s, they were trying to ban, like, rock lyrics and because it was immoral. Mm-hmm. Like, it was a big deal. It was a big fight. They took them to court, like Ozzy Osbourne and these bands and stuff. And
well,
now,
that's because they thought that it was hell. It's because of that stupid shit about suicides.
Heavy
and
metal
how they're
suicide.
like, oh yeah, this hardcore music, heavy metal music's making kids kill themselves.
But like Luke has talked about in the past, they've flip-flopped the sides, and that's one of the big ones. The right used to be against free speech, and now it's the left. The left is radically against free speech.
Right. We are back with our match, the Usos, and against Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is getting his butt beat in the corner. He's tagging the wrong guy. I don't know why he's grabbing his pants.
Why wouldn't he grab his pants?
I don't know. It seems kind of a weird thing to do, I guess. Anyways, Robbie's like, D, do you like music by Lionel Richie? No.
I like 2 of his songs, I think. Something about All Night or something.
I think there's only one song that I know.
All night long.
No, it's not that one.
That's a great song. All right, here comes Seth.
It's that one that I did of Megara while she was looking out the window, and I put the music to it.
Sarah McLachlan?
No.
Oh.
No.
But it's the same. That's how you found it. Yeah.
However that one goes.
All right. Lionel Richie's Hello, not Adele's.
She was looking out the window looking all sad. I was like, that fucking song's hilarious. I can't remember. I have it on my phone still. I should play it.
Woo! Seth taking everybody out. How much time we got?
Pickle says, I just recently heard Ginger, and it blew my mind at Luke. And Ravi says, they really are flogging a dead horse with NXT 2.0. Sophie says, Al Bundy was on Modern Family for 11 years, while Peg Bundy started in mini sitcoms and shows after Married with Children over the years.
You remember when she was in that show? It was like Futurama. It's like these aliens that are, or they're not aliens. I think they're just in the future,
They're just
obviously.
in the future. Looks like metal is life, LOL. And Sophie's like, I don't like metal. I like metal. It's like really hard and it makes my car. Ravi's like, Roman needs some popcorn to watch this match. Luke says, here, give it a listen, LOL. Okay, I will do that. Quentin Mitchell says, Drake was on Degrassi as Jimmy Brooks. Had no idea he was on Degrassi because I don't watch that.
I don't know. Is that a show?
That's that weird show that somebody else talked about. I think Sophie talked about it. Degrassi. Sophie says The Simpsons came on when Married with Children and they are still on the air.
Yep, in Living Color. That was their 3.
Robbie's message retracting everything. He's upset with his non-words. Sophie's like, Degrassi is getting rebooted for HBO Max. And Robbie says, go on, D, with the voice of an angel. Yeah, right. Oh my god. You're such a dork.
Uso tags.
Chalkboard grading with nails.
Uh-oh, that's it.
Where's KO when you need his ass?
That's
there
it. 1, 2, and 3. No,
Seth is too good.
Kevin Owens was trying to get in there.
Seth is a champion, like a major champion.
But this is their finisher. That's at 3. Oh, no, it's not. That's a Samoan drop at the end. I thought it was going to be 3D.
Robbie says, Drake is a ham roll. Don't get why people fangirl over him and his music.
I haven't heard it, so I can't judge it.
Sophie's like, she was also in 8 Simple Rules and Sons of Anarchy and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Pickle's like, I will check out their catalog. Pretty decent band so far. Who has a decent band? Who were we talking about?
Pucifer.
Oh, God, not them.
I'm teasing. I have no idea.
I don't think that's the right way to say it. I got told that's wrong.
Pop-up power bomb. That could end it. 1, 2. Jimmy gets his shoulder up. Well, we had 5 minutes left. Now we've got 2. We've got 2 minutes left. This has got to end now. Especially if they're going to bring Roman out at the end of this. They're going to rush this finish. Watch.
They're going to rush it.
Watch. It's going to be all like methodical like this. And then the end's going to be like, poof. 1, 2, 3. Kevin.
Robbie says, LOL, Dork D Defo was about in the 90s. LOL. Janelle is in the chat. Hey, Janelle. Says one of my good friends passed away from cancer.
Oh, damn it.
I'm so sorry. We're supposed to go to the Rumble together. He told me if you didn't make it, still go to the Royal Rumble. I just don't feel right going without him. So you go, and you take him with you in your heart. You make a sign, and you say, my buddy was with me. So if it's like The Simpsons made a lot of money over the years for Fox, Pico says, I'm talking about Animal and Me. Oh, okay. I'm like, which one are you talking about?
It's
We've
a
talked about too many,
stunner. No.
Pico. I'm like, what?
This time he's got it. He's got the stunner. We got 1 minute left.
And then got kicked in the face.
One Uso left. Curb stomp. It's right here.
Seth got him in the face too. And smacked him.
Well, the other Uso's gone. So now it's just one-on-one.
Do it.
What a slow motion neck breaker. Oh, it's him with that Judas effect type hit.
So if he says Family Guy got canceled twice over the years, yeah, that sounds right. So if he's like Married with Children, had a few failed spin-off attempts over the years when they were on.
What's going to happen here?
He's got to wait until he gets kind of up so he can do his final.
Roman in there now?
Nah.
Yep,
now he is.
There he is. So Roman won. So Roman cost Seth. So Seth won.
Yep. So basically, he cost himself his vacation. They still got a victory, though.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. They didn't specify how they had to win. Robbie says, I like a band in the UK called the Ragamuffins.
Sounds
They
cool.
have some cool upbeat songs. Ragamuffins. Oh, man, that's funny. Oh, fuck. Luna's like, okay, bye, everyone.
Come in to say bye.
Pickles, like, growing up in the 80s, I can appreciate a lot of decades during Unicorn Sprinkles. I purposely made playlists to listen to 60s to the early 2000s. Golfless Chia says, see you Monday. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We really appreciate it. SmackDown was okay.
It was a good show tonight.
I was here.
It was very quick.
Robbie's like, D, they are from Liverpool. Are they?
From
They're
Liverpool.
From Liverpool. Good
The
deal.
streets stink.
They smell of
urine
and
chamber.
Where are you from? I was raised in Liverpool. All right. Anyways, Lieutenant Martha says, I'm out of here. So are we. All right, everybody. Thanks again for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. Everybody have a good, safe weekend out there, okay?
Watch UFC tomorrow. Have fun.
Okay.
And we'll talk to you on Monday.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab.